southwest of Gobi Desert, we have Wam as our Order of the Dragon. In the northeast, we have Defender as our Teal Zushi Legacy. Looks like Defender will be going for his standard, for the standard 5 on wood. Go into the mill. Oh, he almost messed that up there. Supervise it, get the additional drop-offs, go into a village, and then that's pretty much it. Like, that's all you're gonna be seeing from the Zushi for the next few moments. Extremely simple play. There's the village. He's going for berries instead of the sheep for now. Over here with our Order of the Dragon. Nothing really. Killed all his sheep. He's massacred them all. Understandably so. And keep in mind that you will be seeing the Zushi, or you'll be seeing the Order of the Dragon lower on villager count, but that's because their villagers do cost 60 food, take 24 seconds to make, but they also gather 25% faster. So they are better individually in a one-on-one comparison to the other villagers. In the grand scheme of things, there needs to be some work done, definitely. We'll see what they do. A lot of the Order of the Dragon players absolutely loved the additional 50 wood that they have in Dark Age. It does seem like it has opened up quite a few doors for them though too, in terms of potential early aggression, delayed wood gathering, because they have that additional 50 wood, which means they don't have to send villagers to wood as fast as they normally would, or as soon as they normally would, and they're able to sustain on golden food a little bit longer, since they'll be able to get that second house down sooner, or not sooner, but in a that was strange. Oh, is he gonna try to push the deer? Maybe that's what he's gonna aim for. Let's see. Wham does know that the deer are there, so he might try to push them in. That's a good solid position right there. It's not gonna get the deer, obviously. I mean the sheep under the TC, obviously, but getting the deer is a lot more beneficial to him in the long run. And this meditation garden position, I do not like it. Wait, how did he? So he moved his villager straight over there? Not really sure, because if his scout saw that, then he would have been able to get he would have gotten the sheep that are right there. Curious, most curious why he thought that was the best position. And honestly, there's not really that much of a better position. Double gold right here. Gold stone. Yeah, he doesn't really. So a lot of wood potentially with 48 food, maybe. Maybe that is the best position. It's so like just out there though. This could easily get shut down, like we've seen in multiple other previous other games as well, where it just gets completely shut down. And those two sheep are going to be going over to Wham as well. Let's see what happens over here. Oh, so he didn't decide to push it in. But that also begs the question, why? Why did he go for this then? Unless the sheep got killed off by Defender? Where's his? Yeah, maybe the sheep got killed by Defender then, because if Wham didn't push these in, and that's something that he should have done quickly. Like as soon as he was dropping the Akin Chapel, he should have sent his scout over here to start pushing in the sheep. That way things like this wouldn't happen, because it does look like the defender did get it. You have a couple sheep over here that are killed off. As soon as you see something of this sort, there's a random sheep carcass as well. Yeah, once you see something like this, positioning the Akin Chapel towards a deer, you're gonna want, as the opposing player, you're gonna want to push it away as far as possible from the Akin, so there's zero benefit to it. And now this position is pretty much shut down in terms of food eco. And the food eco is pretty heavy too. That's a lot of deer that isn't going to be getting up as fast, and you're gonna have access to a lot of wood at least, and then the gold for the remaining portion. The gold is going to get eaten very quickly as well. But over here with our Zushi legacy, he did go up to Song. He is going into it looked like he was going to try to go into a farm transition. Okay, so his farm is going to be on the eastern side. He's dropping a village though. No. Oh no, he thought he dropped the granary, but it's not. He is on 2TC as well, by the way. 2TC Song Dynasty. But he's dropping a village instead of the granary, and now he's going to start putting farms around it, prepping. Oh no, I've actually done this before, and he deletes it, and now the granary comes down. Ah, super sad face right there. I know the feeling. I've done that before. In the middle of a transition, I decide to go attack, do something, XYZ, all that good stuff, and then go back home, farm transition, throw down granary, 16 farms, come back 20 seconds later, and all my villagers are just walking towards the TC, coming back, walking towards TC. I realize it's a freaking village and not the damn granary. Anyways, enough of my saltiness. We do have the Regnitz Cathedral coming down in the back of the base. There is already a small wall off right here going on. Of course, Order of the Dragon does not start with the prelate. That's one of the major differences for our HRE variant. Single farm already down for Wam. I want to see what these people have seen so far. Not much. He knows that there's already walls coming down over here on the southeast side of our Zushi player's base. Doesn't know about the walls on the far east. And then as for our Zushi player, doesn't really know much of anything. He should be expecting a Regnitz though. I mean, excuse me, Castle Age. Not necessarily a Regnitz. That's something that the Order of the Dragon is very versatile on, is whether or not they're going to be going for the Regnitz or for the Burgrave Palace. First prelate is going to be coming out. There's already a Gilded Knight in queue as well. Where's the stables? Oh, I was looking directly at it. And that's pretty depressing, with the Akin Chapel not being very beneficial in terms of the deer themselves. But as they say, it be like that sometimes. What are you getting exactly? 8 food, 32 wood, 30 stone, and 30 gold. I know I said those backwards, but the numbers were going to be the same. 1 TC against 2 TC, Song Dynasty, Jingning Tower, and the farm transition is pretty well. Random Wololo going off on a horseman and a scout. Nice reaction by defender, pulls them back before they get converted. Gilded Knight is out and will be able to defend his prelate. Charge! Boom! Look at that damage. Amazing amount of damage. He did drop the relic as well to try to keep it alive, so he doesn't take that much damage on the retreat, and that he'd be able to get back to the Gilded Knight in time to save him. So that was really nice play by Wam. I was gonna call him Wololo, but that was a really nice play by Wam in order to save his prelate. It's a little bit of a dicey situation right there, whether or not he was gonna go down regardless. Hand cannon slits already getting put up on one of his outposts. I believe he only has a single one, and now it's the Mount Lu Academy getting thrown up for another Wololo over here on the eastern side, which means with the Mount Lu Academy, that means our Zushi Legacy player is gonna opt for more of the academy, or I mean more of the academy. Oh, the prelate goes down. A single horseman goes down as well, but I'll take that trade any day. Kill the prelate for a horseman? Yes. All day, every day. That with the Mountain Dew Academy, that means our Zushi Legacy player is going to be going towards more of an Imperial official style play. We'll see when his upgrades start to come in for them. As of right now, nothing. But we could it's only a matter of time. Doesn't go for the Shaolin Monastery, which makes sense. You're not gonna go for the Shaolin Monastery when playing against an Order of the Dragon Fast Castle, and you've already scouted out their Gilded Knight. And it looks like this is able to be walked through in the on the mini map, but of course you're not going to be able to go through there. And now 2 more relics are going to be heading back for a total of 3. Wololo going down over here at the southeast. Nice reaction again by Defender. He will be able to pick off this prelate though. That's already going to be 4, or well 3. This one's going to get picked off, but that's going to be 3 relics for our HRE variant Order of the Dragon. Even if he does get some of these picks, like they're gonna be so far out, the relics are gonna be so far out that it's not really gonna make that much of a difference. He's not gonna be able to contest it as well as he would like to, as if they were on his side of the map where they originally spawned. And already we see one of the prelates. He is gonna survive. Where's the second one? Second one's almost already home, and we're up to 4 Gilded Knights for our Order of the Dragon. I don't know why that charge didn't go off. That makes no sense. Prelate throws it inside of the outpost. Other prelate is gonna try to head back towards the Regnants, from what it seems like. Still have the relic over here on the southern side of the map and on the far north side of the map. I'll be pretty surprised if our HRE variant would be able to grab that relic. That's going to be difficult. Even if he does pick it up, nope, he's definitely not going to be able to pick it up anymore. Walls are coming up over here on the northwestern side for our Zushi player. 37 villagers, 18 military, 4 Wam, 5 Gilded Knights, 2 archers, 3 prelates, and a horseman versus Defender 61. Remember, he is on 2 TC. So 61 villagers, 22 military. If you're equal to the Order of the Dragon, that means you are behind, because their units are twice as strong. They're very, very beefy. Either way though, Zushi sitting on 10 crossbows. I wonder if this Wolfie is gonna get a kill. Nice little harass coming through over here at the gold, able to pick off 1 villager. Second villager, I don't know why that charge didn't go off. His lance was out. Was it on cooldown possibly? He will be losing the Golden Knight, or the Gilded Knight, which is fine. He did a decent job. He idled the gold. He did get a kill, and there's a couple weakened ones as well. Zushi sitting on 12 crossbows, 9 spears, 3 knights, 2 horsemen, 3 Chukanu, 2 monks, and a palace guard. Walls are coming down over here on the southeastern side, fully finished for our Order of the Dragon. Blacksmith, 4 relics versus 1. That is gonna be a huge eco boost for Wam. Not only that, oh, nice villager kill on the retreat as well. Sadly, he's way too low. The Gilded Knight is way too low to try to fight off the Lancer. We have to see something come out of our Zushi Legacy player fairly soon. Otherwise, it looks like Wam might be able to go into Imperial Age with the not the Ausback. Wow, Palace of Swabia. I would love to see the Ausback though. Just drop an Ausback right here. Just kablow. See, do something about it, bro. And then throw a freaking town center on top of it too. So even if he does try to do something, you just emergency repair. But we wouldn't see that. That's something the English players do. Drop a freaking Berkshire Palace on your base, White Tower. Yeah. HRE and its variants have class. We have manners sometimes. Nice. Oh, that was a good bait right there. Gilded Archers are out as well. The Lancers are going to be pushing forward as well as the Horsemen on the Gilded Archers. The Gilded Archers are moving up ever so slowly in order to try to pick off whatever spears they can. Gilded Knights do get a nice charge off on crossbows, horsemen, and lancers. The regular spears are going forward in order to try to pick off the Gilded Knights. They go back, focus fire down the outpost. That was getting an emplacement on it. Villagers are coming back out in order to get the mining camp up and running. Nice focus fire from both players. Gilded Knights were on the crossbows. They are getting picked off little by little, one at a time, and now the Gilded Archers are going to be pushing forward, focusing down the crossbows one at a time. Both front lines for both players have diminished significantly, but the Gilded Knights, three of them now, have came out for our HRE variant for Wam. Gilded Archers pushing forward, pressing the issue. Gilded Knights in the front line, still doing a ton of damage to these crossbows. And now the three prelates that were in the back of the base next to the Regnates have came out in order to start healing up these units. He does have one Gilded Knight that's severely low. It needs to get healed up. Lancer's going to be donated. Nice position that Wam has put himself in. Currently sitting at 48 villagers, 41 military, 79 for defender, 40 military for him. At this rate, we might see Wam just going into Imperial. He's only 500, okay, about 200 now. 200 foot away from going into Imperial, throwing down that Palace of Swabia. Could potentially throw it down over here on the right side of the base in order to be a little bit more defensive and get this wood line secured. There goes the Palace of Swabia. It will be thrown directly to the west or to the left side of his TC. Not sure if I really like that positioning, but I get it. Like, he's not trying to press an advantage. He's not trying to do anything of the sort. He wants to just have it down, secured, and start printing out as many villagers as he can before the game ends. Whether that's him taking the W or him getting destroyed by a random flood of units. The Lancers are positioning themselves in order to do a run by over here on the eastern side of Wam's base. Meanwhile, Wam is trying to push forward, getting a couple picks on the northern side of his base where the front or the back line of Defender was. Defender really isn't, sticking to his namesake at all. He's not defending. He's being pretty offensive here. Sending in units. He is posturing, and he has been posturing this entire game for aggression, for villager kills, anything that he could potentially get, which is the exact opposite of what you would be expecting from somebody named Defender. Wam, on the other hand, wait, is he actually going to be able to? Yes, he could. I didn't think he'd be able to run through that. I called it out earlier. It looked like he could, that you could sneak units there, but at the same time, it's been deceiving before. I know that firsthand, where I see walls like this on the minimap. It says I could, but then I can't. So that's something that Wam needs to close off as soon as possible, and that's also something that Defender needs to take a very heavy mental note of for the long run, because now he knows he could sneak some Lancers through that little choke, or let's call it a little choke. No front line up here for our Order of the Dragon player. He does have double outposts here. One has an emplacement, sprinkled emplacement. The other does not. I'm pretty sure. I don't see anything coming from there. Nope, it's just bows. Oh no, both of them do have sprinkled emplacements. Okay, those were added in before he hit Imperial then. Otherwise, they'd have cannon emplacements. We are getting hardened upgrade for the Gilded Spears. Nice walls. Okay, are we gonna be getting Wham! Wham! Wallet! Wallet. There it goes. Okay, cool. Wham does realize, and he is placing down the wall. One of these outposts is greater than the other. Can you guys tell which one? One will win the game, the other one will lose the game. Leave a comment if you know which one would win. Nice little poke. That's some distance. That's some good distance. And now they're getting in range of the other outposts as well. A lot of free damage coming through from those outposts. That's something that you always have to be wary of when going against HRE or its variants, are those outposts. If those were cannon emplacements, Defender would have lost like 20 units right there for free. Freaking hilarious. He is trying to rotate around to the eastern side, potentially try to come in where it's a little weaker. And it's significantly weaker over here on the eastern side of Wham's base. Wham currently sitting on 68 villagers, 64 military, 100 villagers for Defender, 83 military for him. So it is a significant difference between the two in terms of economy and military. Plus, Defender has 3 Nest of Bees with his army, 2 more for a total of 5. Once those 2 meet up, that's going to be a ton of AoE that Wham needs to be wary of. Defender is going to be focusing down the town center. Emergency repair does come off. Nest of Bees are moving forward in order to start hitting the archers in the background. Nice little kiting from Wham, but is going to be able to pull this defense off. Now is one of those times that as an HRE or variant player, you're like, man, I should have went with Ausback. It would have killed everything by now. Nice kiting coming out of Wham though. Villagers do need to get pulled. They need to get garrisoned in order to better defend against this huge Nest of Bee shots right there. The prelates are trying to get some heals off. 2 Nest of Bees are going to be coming way too close. The other 3 are still right there in between the Palace of Swabia and the town center. The main TC is going to go down. No emergency repair available. And now the Nest of Bees are still up. All 5 of them. There is a culverin out, but it might get fully surrounded right here. Spears and okay, no, he is able to put it right in the middle of his spear, or in the middle of his gilded archers in order to defend it. It does one-shot these Nest of Bees. Got rid of 1. Second one. Oh, how many has it got rid of? It killed off 3, or did the other ones already run away? Culverin pulls up way too far. Nest of Bees decides to come back. That should be another Culverin out of the Siege Workshop that should be coming out. And Wham needs to be very wary right here of the potential Nest of Bee devastation. It whiffs all of the archers. It did hit it hit 2 of those prelates right there, but that's not what you're aiming for. That's not what you want dead. You want those archers gone. Their damage output is insane. It's so good. They are way better than your average archer. And now he's gonna start focusing down the Palace of Swabia. Non-stop production coming through for Wham on those villagers. Second culverin is out. He needs to pull it back. He needs to pull it back. It's gonna go down. Oh, is it gonna barely survive? Come on. It barely lives. He's gonna pull everything on top of it. The culverin needs to snipe off those last 2 Nest of Bees in order for Wham to be able to sufficiently hold this without taking too many losses. Archers are moving forward in order to pick off anything that they can on the retreat. That Nest of Bee is very, very weak. Emergency repair was activated on the Palace of Swabia. At least he has that. Honestly, Defender should have went for the Palace of Swabia instead of the town center. Culverin is stutter stepping. Look at him go. Jam, 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 jam. and now one Nesta B remains. There are 2 rams, 3 rams, 4th ram on its way. Nesta B, or not Nesta B, Culverin does get a shot off on a spear. 88 villagers for Wam, 97 military for him, 35 spears, 35 archers, 11 spears, 3 prelates, a Culverin, 2nd Culverin on the way, and 2 gilded horsemen. They are in the wood line right now, attempting to get a couple more villager kills, which they have. A total of 14 villagers have been killed by Defender, 4 for Wam, and a few more villagers might be going down over here. That is a ton of horsemen in the wood line of Wam. Nice reaction time by him, pulls them back before anything else really happens. Spears are in the mix, gilded spears, keep that in mind, and they are gonna make clean, quick work of every single one of them. Double Culverin trying to clear it up. He has, oh, he is able to pick off the Nesta B that was in the back. Look at the damage, the absolute chaos from these Order of the Dragon archers, and they're like, I am not done at all with you people. You cannot leave until I kill you guys. That's the only escape. That's your only release. And he's gonna go in again. Look at the amount of damage that they're gonna do. Nice thunder step. Spears are gonna be coming in to clear off the cavalry, and the Order of the Dragon archers are just amazing. Look at the damage. But the palace guards are gonna be coming in, and they're gonna just try to slice and dice their way through this. Upgrades are missing for our gilded archers. Is he going to be able to hold this time? He does have the 2 Culverins. There aren't any, and there really isn't anything for them to focus fire down aside from the rams, but that's not a huge priority like it was for the Nesta Bs. The Chukanu, the palace guards are pushing forward. Again, nice defense, nice stutter step coming out of Wam in order to try to defend as best as he can. The Culverin are going to be doing a decent amount of damage. They need to get microed back as well before they get picked off by the Chukanu. I would love to see some villagers getting thrown inside of the Palace of Swabia in order to help defend against this. There's nothing but Chukanu here. The archers will be able to sustain against them fairly decently. We need some men-in-arms, and even sprinkling in a couple Lynch Connect just to make sure that they're able to get some extra damage in on the Chukanu. Otherwise they're going to be completely uncontested. Archers are diminishing in numbers. There is a hand cannoneer out. I don't think he's shot. Has he shot? Wait, are they shooting? Are they bugged? I actually have no idea if they are shooting or not. I legitimately don't. And now we have another huge mass for our Zushi Legacy player coming through. Wam is able to defend, sitting on 99 villagers, 78 military. Jumps up to 82, 16 archers, 12 hand cannoneers, 11 spear, 2 Culverin, 2 gilded knights. As for our Zushi, we'll deal with that after this. Does not commit. I'm just like holding my breath to see what happens, and he does decide to go in. Nice little stutter step coming out of Wam in order to try to maximize his damage. He is able to pick off quite a few of the cavalry and the palace guards that are running in. I would have really loved a couple more outposts getting thrown up in order to try to get some emplacements in. 2 cannon emplacements would be making such a huge difference right here. He needs the stutter step though. He's trying to fight these Chukanu archers, palace guards in melee range when he needs to try to stutter step this. I do hear alarm bells going off in the back. I'm going to go ahead and check. It is a single gilded knight in the back doing a little damage and sandbagging the rest of the attack. There are lancers here as well in the wood line of our Order of the Dragon player, doing a little bit more damage. 25 villagers have been killed by Defender, 4 for Wam. This has been absolutely massive for Defender this entire time, trying to get as much damage as he can throughout the match. I need to see 2 more outposts for our Order of the Dragon player. He needs to drop one right here and potentially right here as well, and then throw cannon emplacements on them. He needs more defense. Once he starts getting those camo lancers, excuse me, he definitely needs some camo lancers. Yes, that's what our HRE variant needs. Once he starts getting a few more outposts out and he starts getting cannon emplacements on them, fortification, he's gonna be extremely secure. There's gonna be very few things that are gonna be able to break him, and it's gonna force our defender, our Zushi legacy player, into bombards and trebuchets. Once he does that, Wam is going to be further ahead because he already has the counters, he already has the culverin, he's been in a very solid position defending them, pulling them back, microing them, and just maximizing the amount of damage that they're able to do throughout this entire game. Yeah, he did lose 2 initially, but ever since then he's been able to keep them up, and that is phenomenal. You always want to try to do that, and now he has a bombard of his own in order to try to push down the keep and the outposts that are right here. The culverin in the back doing a decent amount of damage. 2 outposts. Where are you? 3 outposts over here on the western side to defend the gold. Not too shabby. Attack does come down over here in the middle of the map yet again. Archers and hand cannoneers versus Chukunu palace guards. This should easily go in favor of our HRE variant for Wam. Meanwhile, the keep in the back is going to be going down slowly but surely to the bombard. More units are streamlining in for our dragon. Order of the Dragon player does completely wipe out all the Chukunu that were there, and now he's going to be focusing down the keep with the full force of the Holy Roman Empire. Doesn't matter if you're a variant or not, you're still part of the same civilization. Villagers are going to be going down. He is going to be getting very aggressive right here, and will he be able to capitalize on the amount of villagers that Zushi is going to be losing right here, the amount of military that he's been able to just completely wipe out? My question is, will Wam be able to finish, or is he gonna try and go back, regroup, and essentially sandbag himself? It doesn't really look like it. He has to be careful with these random buildings here because his units can get caught up on them, and there go a ton of his DPS. Let's just take a quick look at our Zushi legacy player. That is a nice farm that he has going on. That's a really nice farm transition he has back there. 2 TCs, of course. Didn't opt in for any more. 109 villagers for Wam, 82 military, 19 hand cannoneers, 17 spears, 5 archers, 2 culverin, and a bombard against defenders 113 villagers. Keep is under fire over here from a bombard. 113 villagers, 43 military, 28 Chukunu, 9 palace guards, 8 horsemen, and a single monk. Another fight is going to be coming on over here. The horsemen are going to be running around the entire military, but the hand cannoneers for the Order of the Dragon are just devastating the entire army of the Zushi legacy. There's very little that defender is able to do. He's gonna have to retreat to his namesake if he wants to try to win this. Bombard still laying siege. Ooh, that is not a good position for those 2 culverins. They could have got picked off as well. In all honesty, I probably would have went after the culverin instead of the bombard right there. Since I had villagers, I would have had villagers repairing, so it's not like I was gonna lose it. And then it's better to, in my opinion, it would be way better to pick off the culverin than it would have been picking off the bombard right there. But regardless, these Chukunu are getting melted, just like the Chukunu before them and the Chukunu before those. Nice patience coming out of Wam in order to push back, gather his forces. He didn't really panic at any point. It didn't seem like he did. He made very minimal mistakes when he was getting attacked, which is allowing him to put himself in a very solid position right now. Chukunu coming up again. These hand cannoneers are doing so much damage. They're just melting everything. This is absolutely beautiful for the Order of the Dragon. He went into a nice castle timing, a very fast castle timing, into a very nice Imperial timing, and from there he's just slowly but surely getting his lead. Once he went into that Palace of Swabia, he was starting to catch up, relatively catch up to our Zushi Legacy player in villager count. Each villager is 25% better than your normal villager. And another bombard goes down to straight up just villagers. What do we have over here on the eastern side? A keep and 5 outposts. Oh, excuse me, 4 outposts coming up. He is going to want to try to protect this. He is going to want to defend this. This is the last giant gold remaining. No, there's one on the western side, 5k on there, 4k right here in the middle. I just heard a gold go down somewhere. It just got finished up, not entirely sure where, but that means there's one over here on the eastern side, in the center, and in the west. I know that fight broke off right here, but I was assuming neither side was going to heavily commit. Definitely defenders shouldn't be committing. Okay, so they are attacking, obviously, you just don't see the effects. There's no gunpowder coming out of them. And a full wraparound of Chukunu Palace Guards on the hand cannoneers. That's not good for our Order of the Dragon player. Nice stutter step. The Palace Guards are able to jump on one of the culverins, take it out. Second set of reinforcements for our Zushi Legacy are unable to pick off the bombard, and we still have one culverin up and running. The hand cannoneers are just so freaking strong for the HRE variant. What else do we have going on? Nothing really. The numbers for our Zushi Legacy just keep dropping. Harass coming through over here on the eastern side. There is a cannon in placed outpost here that's going to be picking off villagers as well. A total of 29 villagers have been killed for defender, 15 for Wam. And that number is going up ever so slightly because of these cannon in placed outposts. Oh, there's 2? Yeah, so the third one isn't up yet, and this will actually deny the walls from coming up over here on the eastern side. They're getting reinforced as well. A couple more villagers are going to be going down over here on the west. Still nothing. There is a bombard that's still laying siege. Nothing else going on right now. We have a ram that's going to try to clear out the outpost on the eastern side. This gold is going to be dry very quickly. Chukunus could have actually picked off a couple right there. Yeah, not a single emplacement is done. All of these are just about to come in, including the reinforcement. So defender did have a little bit of an opportunity there. How much gold? There's 3k gold remaining. No transition yet. No trade transition yet. So once this gold is out, which is at 500, we have another gold over here on the eastern side with 2,500, let's just call it. So he has 3k gold remaining. That's not counting his gold per minute, obviously, coming out of the Regnants and the 4 relics that he has secured, plus the 1 sacred site. Just out of raw material, he's down to 2,300 gold. We need to see a trade transition coming out of him fairly soon. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to sustain this type of economy. Oh, are we going to be getting another major fight over here? Let's wait and see. Nice little... There's a decent amount of palace guards here, but they will be melted. We are going to get a wraparound. Undecisive. That wraparound is way too late. That was way too late. The front line was completely killed off by the time defender decided to do a wraparound with those lancers and horsemen. There is a springald out now. It gets one shot by the culverin, and the Chukunu yet again are going to be losing to the hand cannoneers. The lancers are coming in, not going to be able to do anything. Oh, they're Imperial Guards. They're not lancers. I knew they looked a little different. I thought it was because of their upgrade, but no, it's Imperial Guards. Still getting shot at by the cannon emplacement. These walls will not be going up. Is there a trade? There is a trade transition coming through for our Zushi Legacy player at least. He's gonna have to put walls coming at an angle. Yeah, coming at an angle to try to stop a cannon from coming down right there closer to it and denying random traders, well, killing random traders. This has been a hell of a back and forth, but it looks like Wam is going to be able to sustain and go in for a kill very soon. 51 Yuan Riders. Ooh, or Raiders, sorry. 2 health the second while out of combat. Oh, is he going to be able to get anything? No. Nice focus fire onto those Imperial Guards. And now the rest of the Chukunu are going to get killed off, as they have been by these hand cannoneers for the last 15 minutes. 3 bombards are here. They're going to make very quick work out of every single one of these buildings. Monastery is going to go down. Culverin here to help defend against the bombards. Are those grenadiers? Yes, those are grenadiers. They are going to do absolutely nothing. GG gets called. Game goes to Wam, our blue Order of the Dragon player. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you next time.